To everything there is a season, a time of love, a time of sharing, and a time of memories. In each season, let yesterday's memories lead you in every time of need. Count your blessings as well as your tears. Fill your heart with the best of the past, and hope will come to you. Keep your eyes on the good times and feel the love surrounding you. There will always be times of trial, but for every sorrow there is hope. For every tear there is love. As you work your way through your valleys of sadness, may strong and lasting memories be your comfort. As you journey down this road of many branching paths, let's walk together. On behalf of Camerons, we are honored that you would spend this time with us and set aside a special moment for remembering our loved ones who passed away this year. The holidays are a time for family, a time for gathering, a time to bring hearts and minds home. As the popular song goes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. But for those who have experienced a death, the carols may ring hollow, the lights may be too bright, and the gatherings may be too sad with an empty space in the circle of friends or family. Each grief journey is unique. Your journey of grief belongs only to you. You may be overwhelmed by emotion and crushed by the weight of your loss, or you may quietly tuck your sadness inside and walk along in silence, surrounded by the jostling crowds and frenzied holiday activity. To each person brings their individual journey to this place, this sacred time feeling alone and isolated in your grief. You come from many different backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences, but the defining trait that every family represented here shares is a death, a loss. Your heart has been broken and you are searching for a way to put the pieces back together again. What better way than to share this time with others who understand what you are feeling? An opportunity to meet someone or reconnect with someone, to exchange a word or a knowing look or hug. Today we are companions, fellow journeyers, with the hope that the weight of your burden will be just a little lighter from sharing as we acknowledge and honor the special people in each of our lives. We will place ornaments in memory of your loved one this afternoon. And as we call your name, or call your deceased name, you're welcome to come forward and place a star on one of our trees. If there are those that you may know and their family is not in attendance, or maybe they're watching online with us this afternoon, you're welcome to come forward and place a star on their behalf. We will also be lighting a candle at the start of each name. And candles are an innate part of our life and experience. We light them for birthdays, for holidays, for special occasions, and for memories. When a candle is lit, we instinctively know that something special is going to occur. It's a time to stop our usual hustle and let the flicker of the flame speak to us. As we light these candles, we hope that you'll take time to reflect on the people who are part of your life and capture a favorite memory of them during these moments. We will let our spirits be lifted and take time to meditate and reflect, and hope you will be better prepared to face the season in a way that is right for you. Let us begin with a moment of silence as we light the first candle and read our first set of names. Joan Smythe, Evelyn Kuntz. Mary Dowling, George Spence. Frank Dales and Ronald Fisher. Jean Ferguson, Florence Larson. Bill Knox, Ronald Belstein. Deborah Nelson, Bill Ernest. Liz Carroll, June Doms. Roy Williams, Marie Zettler. Pauline Stickney, Bill Metcalf.
A small life walked by, leaving footprints on our hearts forever. Children are nature's way of telling us that the world should continue. The young ones in our world can melt the hardest hearts, bring smiles to the cynical and sad, and make us look forward to tomorrow with promise and hope. Children are supposed to live beyond our time. We are here when they come into the world, but we do not plan to be here when they leave. They are our legacy. They are not supposed to be our memories. If your child lived for a few days or weeks, months, or even if they had reached that plateau we call adulthood, she is still your baby girl. He is still your little boy. The loss of a child, no matter their age, at Christmas time is especially heartbreaking. It reminds us of times gone by, whether many years ago or for just last year, of eager anticipation, the joy of discovery, and the glow of innocence. And so now, honoring the times you shared is even more special and sacred because it is the way that you keep their lights alive in your lives. It takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to mourn one. You don't overcome the death of a child. you learn how to live in different ways in the world and see the world for them and remind others what they have lost. The loss of a child means that the family needs to establish the significance of that young life because they didn't live long enough to establish their own place in the world. Perhaps this holiday you honor your child by finding a child with whom to share the joys of the season. Perhaps you honor their name in actions and deeds in improving your world. Perhaps you will find another parent today to share a hug and story with. Perhaps you quietly find a protected place to sit, to remember, to cry, and to carve out a new place in your heart for memories. And so let us light a candle for the children.
Stanley Breeden, Jerry Zettler. Jean Toth, Jennifer Zoppy. Ruth Ann Pilgrim, Nora Bites. Judy McClement, Mary Pletch. Gerard Lawrence, Wayne Hauk. John Annis, Grant Jackson. Harriet Reinhardt, Dory Eichmeyer. Jessica Scott, Mary DeZedna. Gord Jackson, Jane Davidson. And Faith Graham.
The love of a family is so uplifting. The warmth of a family is so comforting. The support of a family is so reassuring. The attitude of a family towards each other molds one's attitude forever toward the world. Parents give us roots and give us wings. They bring us into the world, provide a foundation, and then give us the tools to find our own way. They are the ones who listen to our dreams, wipe our tears, hold us through our fears, and remind us every day that we are loved and cherished. Though we may have grown up and grown away, there is still something special about sharing our victories and commiserating our defeats with that special figure in our lives. Even if the relationship may have been challenging at different moments, we never stray far from the promise that home is where the heart is. Losing a parent, even after a long and full life, leaves an empty place in our hearts. We go to the phone or open our email, hoping for a message, expecting a call. We remember the past holidays and wonder how we will continue without knowing that smile will be there, that calming voice, that ever-present belief that life is worth living and the holidays were the most important time for family. The mother who always knew the right thing to say or when not to say anything at all. The father who stood strong and assured those whose very best gift to you was his pride and his acceptance. The grandmother who always had your favorite cookies waiting for you when you walked into her house. The grandfather who could share those old stories and make them seem new and new again. That special mother-in-law who accepted you into her family as one of her own. Or a father-in-law who offered a unique relationship as a friend and a mentor. And so, you can now promise that you will take the best of what you inherited from this parent in your life. The warmth, the support, the strength, the choices, the mistakes, the struggles, and the successes. All have formed you into a special person that you are. While maybe not every memory is etched in gold, and not every moment was great, ultimately, they are an unshakable part of your life. You will miss their presence and their love. You will honor their memory by carrying their legacy and finding ways to impact your world in your parents' name. Perhaps you will give it to a favorite charity this season. Perhaps you will invite someone who has never experienced the importance of family or friends to take a seat at your table. Perhaps you will carry on a favorite tradition this holiday in their memory. Perhaps you will pass along to your family some of the important lessons you learned at your father's knee. Perhaps you embrace your children in the unconditional love you felt from your mother, and in doing so, find some solace and comfort in your loss. Let us light a candle for all the parents and grandparents who touched our lives.
Jim McIntyre, Bernice McCracken. Carol Andruski, Francis Philippi. David Kuntz, Mervyn Sewers. Fern McFadden, Ken Thompson. Sheila Robbins, Grace Garbett. Jim Coots, David Grandy. Elizabeth Kane, Stuart Pohl. Gordon Emsley, Wilfred Schefter. Tim Bamber, Mary Jane Lehman. That's it. When I count my blessings, the greatest of my joys, our parents gave us siblings instead of rooms of toys. The relationship between siblings is both simple and complex. We share a roof, sometimes a room, or even a bed. We grow up as close as twins or as separated by time and space. We share DNA or are brought together by the joining of two families. No matter what the family formation, there is something completely unique about sisters and brothers. We know the deepest secrets that we promise not to tell, and we share a heart that hurts when the other has troubles or struggles. They can be a pain and a delight. They can be brutally honest or blindly loyal. Our siblings are supposed to be there forever, to grow up and grow old with us. They see the world with us and help us make sense of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to secretly know that Mom really did like you best. Learning to live without your brother or sister means finding a different set of ears who will hear you, who will understand, and who will let you search for ways to live without that special part of your life. You will miss the talks, the family gatherings, the wise words, and probably the wise cracks. No one could keep you grounded and humbled like a sibling. Perhaps you will find a place to be a big brother or a big sister to a young one who has never had the gift of a loving family. Perhaps you will make an effort to spend time with other members of your family. Perhaps you remember the holidays when you sat up together all night in anticipation of the fun to come. Perhaps you will raise a toast or sit by a warm family fire and wander through your memories. Perhaps you will help your children understand the power and importance of appreciating their siblings, hard as that may be, and you will be grateful for the gift of family. Let us light a candle for the brothers and sisters who are not with us. Doris Powers, B.J. Hetzler. Keith Smith, Roy Stevens. Bill Falkingham, Thomas Brigham. Jim Rich, James Buchanan. Helen Callan, Turner McKenzie. Roberta Freiberger, Mackenzie Durr. Jackie Knoll, Bonnie Rogers. Peg McQuaig, Alan Ferguson. Logan Drefke, John Hartley. And Derek Dietrich.
I miss you in the evening, dear, when daylight fades away. I miss the sheltering arms of you to rest me from the day. I try to think I see you yet, there where the firelight gleams. Weary at last I sleep, and still I miss you in my dreams. The world is full of folks, it's true, but there is only one you. Family is what God chooses for you. A spouse, a life partner, a soulmate is what you choose for yourself. Whether it was a new and fresh relationship, shining with hope for the future, or one of the many years that had burnished itself to a vibrant, mellow glow, the relationship between partners and spouses is a singular experience. This is the first person we took into our hearts. This is the person that we pledged to share the good times and the bad, the victories and the defeats, the dreams and the realities of living day to day with someone you knew by your heart. The loss of a spouse is one that reminds you every day of what was and is no more. The empty space in the bed, the coffee cup that goes unfilled, the car in the driveway that has no place to travel, the picture albums full of happy times past, the home that is stuffed with memories everywhere you look. The holidays present a challenge for finding new ways to hold the special moments in your heart without them letting overwhelm you. Perhaps you will gather your family even closer during these days, and in doing so, honor the life of your husband, wife, partner, and friend. Perhaps you will take that trip that you always promised each other you would take, but never quite got around to it. Perhaps you will find someone whose shoulders can take your tears and whose ears are ready for your stories. Perhaps you will light a candle and spend quiet time alone with your thoughts, grateful for the experience of love and the gift of a life shared. And so let us light a candle for those soulmates, partners, and husbands and wives.
Kate Radstake, Teresa Voisin. Taylor Witzel, Jessica Thornton. Bill Walter, Rudy Drufke. Joe Rise, Maxine Reed. Patricia Hines, Sandra Tarasco. Agnes Ernest, Burl Rydell. Ken Robinson, Lexi Barber. Doretta Moore, Benita Rapp. Yvonne Fairminer, Donna Gregory. Kevin Parrott.
What we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others in the world remains and is immortal. There may be some of you here today whose loss was an aunt, uncle, or family member, a friend, or another special person who has left a handprint or a footprint on your heart. For you, we light a candle to represent that shared experience and the courage to turn your tears into memories.
George Geertz, Glenn Sternal. Joseph Waugh, Stanley Ferguson. Harold Ford, Nelson Ernest. Agnes Kuntz, David Cameron. Linda Giesler, Paul Ignace. Jim Johnston, David Pope. Banks Fawn, John Watson. Irene Kiefer, Paul Pickett. Lester Shank, Judy McCrone. Pat Onions. We have shared with you the ornaments to honor your loved ones from our Christmas memorial trees for each of the families we have served this past year. We hope when you receive your ornament, it gives you comfort on your grief journey this holiday season. This remembrance ornament can sit in a special place during this season. It can become a part of your annual traditions as you remember your loved ones in the years to come. It could be a daily reminder to be grateful for the life of your loved one and bring to mind thoughts, memories, and favorite pictures of your loved one, and hopefully bring a happy memory each day. You will not always hurt like this. These words are true. If they do not reach your heart today, do not reject them. Keep them in your mind. One morning, not tomorrow perhaps, but the day after tomorrow, or the next month after next month, or maybe not this year, but the one after that. One morning the dawn will wake you with the inconceivable surprise your grief will have lost. One small moment of its force. Be ready for the time when you can feel yourself that these words are true. You will not always hurt like this. This is the time to take care of yourself, to mourn in the way that is meaningful for you. If that means fully participating in the holiday traditions, then experience them the best way you can. If that means that you cannot participate in any of the usual events and expectations of the season, then allow yourself the gift of doing what is right for you. Now is not the time for guilt or for pressure. Now is the time for embracing your journey, your right to grieve, and the importance of healthy steps. When friends and family do not understand or try to convince you that they know what would be good for you, gently explain to them that their gift to you this season is very simple. You need them to be around, to hug you, and to hush. And somewhere within those grieving days and silent nights, you may find some grace and a moment of joy that helps you along your way. So now as we pause in the twilight time between a year that is completed and a year yet to be lived, we thank God that we have embraced as our guide and our comforter for giving us the breath of life and for the gifts that each of these special people brought into the world and left as their legacy. We can pledge to honor their memories by caring for each other in their name and making a difference in the world in their memory. Thank you for sharing your time with us this afternoon. Let us pray together. Dear God of broken hearts, comfort us in our grief. The pain of losing our loved one is intense and reminds us of the depth of our love for them. Give us courage to face our sorrow, to comfort each other, and to change our lives. Thank you for the gift of our memories, the memories of the times we laughed, the times we cried, the times we were angry with each other, the silly things they did, and the caring and joy they gave us. Thank you also for the light of love. Day by day, we cherish the special place in our hearts that will always be reserved for our loved ones. We are thankful for the gift of their living brought to each of us. Give us hope, we pray, to remind us of love and memories of them that are ours forever. May the glow of the flame be our source of hopefulness, now and always. Be with each person here whose path seems to be long, and whisper to them that one day they too will be ready to celebrate the days gone by. In your name and spirit, amen. From our family to yours, we wish you comfort and strength on your journey. Go in peace and be kind to yourself this Christmas season. So this will conclude our service for this year. As you leave here today, you're welcome to come forward and pick up your ornament and take it home with you. Those that are left will be mailed and delivered to the families that are watching today and are present with us. You are welcome to come back to the parlor, just in the other room, just for some light coffee and a square and maybe some tea. And we just wish you all some comfort at a tough season, and and hope you can get through that together. Thank you. If you can please stand, we'll just sing Silent Night before we go.
It's